Hey beautiful humans, I'm RidersDX, and today we're going to be talking about some controversial MultiVersus opinions actually, because a lot of people are disappointed in the first season of MultiVersus, to be honest, and there's a multitude of reasons that people are disappointed. So no new characters, for instance, at the start of the season, which is definitely not ideal. There's still connection issues, and there's also just like a whole bunch of bugs that still have to be ironed out and such. Oh, we got a Shaggy here. Shaggy versus Shaggy. Alright, let's go. We even have the same perks, like seriously? But yeah, it's like I've been seeing a lot of negative opinions about MultiVersus floating around and such, and it is disappointing to see because I'm like so excited for this game for such a long time. There was a point I made a video on this game like every day, you know, just like when is it gonna come out? You know, what characters are we gonna see with like the initial announcement and stuff? It's crazy. You know, I just watched this video actually about someone who was like, oh, the skins are not really that like enticing, there's no new characters, and it's just such a low amount of content. I didn't play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that much, so I'm not really used to like the amount of content that game has. The platform fighter I was playing before MultiVersus was Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and that game is like a barren wasteland when it comes to content. I'm sorry, I love it, I love the game, and MultiVersus is like, I don't know why Shaggies think they can charge in like a 1 versus 1 match. Like, how stupid is that? We were lucky to even get like one alternative skin for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, let alone like all the different like cosmetics that MultiVersus characters have, like even like having variants. And oh, I guess that Shaggy did not want a rematch, huh? I guess that's fine. Like I said, there can only be one Shaggy. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl was so barren in content that like when I saw MultiVersus and saw like all the stuff that this game had, it was such like a breath of fresh air for me, like in comparison, that I just never really had like an issue with it. Another thing that people have been complaining about is like the online mode and the fact that it's like kind of spotty and such. I'm just like, I've done with way worse like online modes as well. So I came from playing games like on Nintendo Switch, for instance, where like online is just terrible in general. Oh no, not an Aria. Oh, not an Aria. Oh. Nintendo Switch games have like terrible online in general. The online games I played a lot like beforehand were games like Team Sonic Racing, Crash Team Racing Nitro Feud, and they all had like kind of problematic online, to be honest. Definitely some spy connections and such, and overall not like a great experience, but it was still playable, it was still fun, so I didn't really have like a big issue with it. And like playing through MultiVersus, like yeah, there are some matches that disconnect, but it's like 1 out of like 20 matches or so. So for me, it's really not like a big deal. Like it lags a little bit sometimes and kind of screws you over sometimes, but like that's like any game really. Any game is gonna have these issues. Oh, super superior Koei. All right, 235 wins. Oh, that's great. That's gonna be great to go against. I only have 131 wins, so this is going to be quite a train wreck, I'm gonna say. But I think the one last thing that people have been really like hard on this game about is like the bugs. But there's definitely been like a lot of like questionable things going on. I mean, it's a lot of like balancing issues, a lot of like character bugs and such, things that feel kind of cheap. I'm not gonna lie, when I like go against like 2 Iron Giants, for instance, I immediately dread it. It's like 1 Iron Giant is like simple enough to like handle, but like 2 Iron Giants is a nightmare, and I can't. And like every time I face a Velma, for instance, like I'm like dreading it, because I'm like, oh, Velma is like one of the most annoying characters in this game. Yeah, you guys have to understand, the game is called a beta for a reason. I mean, the game is not finished yet technically, and I don't think the game's gonna be finished for a long time. This is a game that's gonna require constant like improvements, and like it's just the nature of like playing an open beta, you know. The game's not gonna be done for a while, and that's okay, because that's directly what's advertised. It's not like they're selling you like a $60 game. This Batman, this stop squatting and mocking me. Who do you think you are? Oh, you're too good to rematch me. Too good for me, huh? You know, I think it's really cool nonetheless that we get to kind of be a part of this development process. You know, see this game kind of go from like this point to that point. I think it's just kind of the future of gaming in general. You know, as much as we would love to have just like a finished product at our hands as soon as it comes out, but the way that gaming is shifting, oh, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Games just like require so much more to like be finished at this point, where the profits are coming from in terms of games. It's those games that like are supported way after its release that make the most money. I mean, look at games like Fortnite, Overwatch, Minecraft, etc. These like games that are like live service that constantly get updates and such throughout its lifetime and just like continue to reel in new players, make tons and tons of money. That's just the future of like video games in general. So we all can have our own opinions in terms of like whether or not like that's a good or bad thing. I think there's room for both kinds of games. Ooh, that rocket. I'm a big Bugs player, so it's like I know that like Bugs is a good character. That's why I fear like whenever I go against a Bugs, because I'm like, Bugs is a OP character. He is, and you see him like so frequently online too. It's crazy how popular he is. So yeah, I think people just gotta be patient, you know. I feel like the thing is like people are gonna like complain tons about this game if there's like anything wrong, because it's very competitive by nature. And I think one reason that like I'm just not as like hung up about it is because I'm not a competitive person by any nature. I can be, but it's like if I lose something, I'll get over it very quickly. I know that this is not like life or death for me, and I feel like because of like how intense these games can get, it kind of feels like that sometimes. There's so much money that's made out of like tournaments and stuff. It's intense, you know. It's like real sports. Yeah. Any issue that like arises from like MultiVersus is gonna get so much like public heat because people want like a fair game, and if you have like bugs, imbalanced characters getting in the way of all that, that's gonna be a big deal to like anyone that wants to play this game like competitively. Because if anything goes wrong, then like you're gonna feel pissed because it's like you feel like you were robbed of like a win. So I totally get where people are coming from that. But I think it could also be really beneficial to kind of just step back and realize that like, yeah, this game is in open beta and that they're trying their very best to fix as much stuff as they can. One thing that's really refreshing about like this developer compared to like other developers is how transparent they are when it comes to this. I mean, Tony is there tweeting 24/7 talking about things that he's fixing like every single second. He's also like replying to people, like kind of like guaranteeing to them that like their voices are being heard and like this stuff is getting fixed. I think that we just have to give it the benefit of the doubt. Kind of step away from the game sometimes and just realize the state that this game is in right now. This game is not finished. It's not finished. It's still a ton of fun. Just go in there, have as much fun as you can. Things are going to get fixed eventually. This game has more than enough support to just make sure that all these things get ironed out eventually. Just enjoy the journey, because it's going to be really great to see where this game is like a year from now. We know that this game is getting constant improvements. It's going to, you know, be an amazing game one day. It might not be right now. This game is going to get 10,000 times better as things go on. I think all things considered, they're doing a pretty nice job. I gotta say, they're doing a really good job. You let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Are you all worried for MultiVersus? Are y'all not worried? Let me know why not. If you all want to keep up with MultiVersus news and updates and discussions, then feel free to subscribe to this channel, because I make MultiVersus content every single week. I also live stream the game, and I play matches with viewers on the live stream. So if you want a chance to play with me in some matches, then definitely subscribe to this channel as well. I usually live stream on Sunday nights, so yeah. Get in on this. Let's get in on this multi-dimensional party. But alright, y'all, this is Riders, riding out.